Turf Club membership now open. Colts Geldings and Entires benchmark 62 over 1350 metres. One Kipling's journey from the Peter and Will Hulbert stable. Aidan Thompson to ride gate 760.5 kilos. Blinkers again amongst a few gear changes first up.
That's it, Chargy, and he looked really good winning his trial at Deegan. They rode him aggressively, he led, he was strong through the line, and no surprise there's been good support for him as well. He looks cherry ripe first up.
3 is Script Rider from the Chris Anderson stable. Bailey Wheeler to ride gate 6 takes 1.5 off down to 58.5.
Bit of money floating around for him. He hasn't had a lot of luck at his last couple. He got flattened at Doomben 2 back, and then he was slow out and just never really got into the hunt there at Toowoomba last start. So some improvement coming.
4 is Ascot Express from the Barry Baldwin stable. Dan McGilvray rides gate 4, takes 3 off down to 56.
Yeah, that claim will help because Dan gets on well with this fellow. We won on him at Warwick 3 back, and he's 2 runs since. Even that run behind Hot Step wasn't the worst, and he was pretty brave here last week behind Bahamut.
5 is Belvedere Boys from the Matt Dunn stable. James Orman to ride gate 5, 59 kilos.
I like this horse. It's always a big ask. You're giving away race experience. He's only had the 2 career starts, but I love the way he's gone about his business on both of those occasions. He's a city winner, and I'm happy to gamble on him here today. 6
is Bias from the Michael Morrison stable. Anthony Allen to ride gate 8, 59 kilos. Blinkers come off. The nose roll first time.
Yeah, first run for the stable, formerly with Björn Baker. He's a big, strong horse. He's had a couple of trials, and I haven't minded the way he's gone there. So we'll keep an eye on the market. At the moment, rock solid around $21.
Keen to hear what you think of the 7 Bullet Force from the Marcus Wilson stable. Boris Thornton to ride gate 9, 59 kilos.
Well, I thought you made a really good case for him in the preview, Chargy, so much so that I did sneak him into a couple of my multis. His 2 form lines that he comes through this preparation, I think, are really deep Class 2s, and he probably just hasn't had a lot go right. If things work out today getting up to this distance, he's potentially the big improver.
8 is Arcarius from the Barry Lockwood stable. Damien Thornton to ride gate 10, 58 kilos.
Hard in the market, comes back in grade off a 6 behind Devastating last start. Prior to that, was beaten 6.5 behind Zoo Meteor first up. So you'd just like to think he's building that fitness now and he's found the right race.
9 Down the Barrel from the Ken Jones stable. Luke Tarrant to ride gate 158.
I think this is your value runner. 2 starts here for 2 wins. They were both last prep. First up behind Jayanthi, it was a much better run than it looks on paper, and he got through the line strongly. If it's not today, he's probably a horse you want to keep an eye on next start.
11, Porky from the Tony Gollan stable. Ben Thompson rides gate 2, 57.5 kilos. Second up.
Well, funny thing is, he ran up to his trial first up. He didn't trial any good, and then he was terrible on day first up at Doomben in a Saturday race behind Count de Beans. But he's been back to the trials since. He's had 4 weeks between runs, and his recent trial at Deegan was bang on the mark, and you couldn't get a better parade from him. So I think Porky's ready to bounce back.
12, Dwindling Spirit from the Chris Munt stable. Kyle Wilson-Taylor rides gate 3, 57.5 kilos.
Broke his maiden 3 starts back here over this distance. 2 runs since behind Sizzling Gal and Israelite Bay. Hasn't been far away. And you've got Group 1 Kyle aboard. He's a major player.
Good move for Dwindling Spirit here. Porky's the favourite, just getting out of touch. This is race 8, a benchmark 62 over the 1350 metres. My number 7, 11, 5 and 3. I've got chomping some value here. Bullet Force third up. I think just hasn't had a lot of luck those first 2 runs in good races. Boris Thornton just needs to find the right path. But I think a real knockout chance here for Marcus Wilson. His strike rate here, really, really good. 7, Bullet Force on top for me. The 11, Porky, I'd say Mrs. Crabapple will be watching on. Joycey, and has to be a chance. Money starting to come back for Porky now. 5, Belvedere Boys. A good chance on the back of that great win at Doomben last start for the Dunn stable, and the 3, Script Rider. So I'm 7, 11, 5, 3, 7 a value special.
Thanks for that, Chargy. If the tipping caper doesn't work out, there's always comedy to fall back on, my friend. 5, 11, 9 and 12 for me. 5, Belvedere Boys. I like the way this horse is headed. Lightly raced. 11, Porky. Looks terrific today. 9, Down the Barrel, Best Ruffy. And 12, Dwindling Spirit. No surprise, they've come for it. 5, 11, 9 and 12 for me in race number 8. This is an open race. It's a deep race. It's a race I think you'll be able to follow with the format of for a long way down the track. Let's head upstairs to Terry Spargo to call them home. Race 8 at Ipswich.
This male's edition of the benchmark 62. Porky remains the favourite. On the QOP, $3.20, $3.22 on the tab fixed screen. Dwindling Spirit's been well tried and is bidding to keep a perfect record. Dwindling Spirit's 1 from 1 course and distance. Starter goes up, and they made you just about ready to run. Waiting for the red light. They're still fine-tuning the line. Signal behind. Light is on. There's some movement out wide. Racing Caught them in a good line. Down the barrel, Ascot Express go back shortly after the break. Kipling's Journey out wide, came out very quickly. Bias began well. Bullet Force was fast away, but 3 deep in the early part. Followed by Arcarius, who'll settle fourth and 3 lengths off the pace. A length and a half to Porky, 1.5 Dwindling Spirit. On the outside of Down the Barrel, then Ascot Express, Belvedere Boys second last. Scriptwriter went back to the tail as the field strings out, going past the half-mile marker. Kipling's Journey, more than a length in front with Bullet Force second. Bias, 3/4 of a length away third. A half length Arcarius, and then Down the Barrel on the inside of Porky. 1.5 Dwindling Spirit from Ascot Express, Belvedere Boys and Scriptwriter. Kipling's Journey is the top weight and the pilot with 500 left to run. 2 in front of Bullet Force being scrubbed to chase. Arcarius third. Porky peels deep. Bias on the fence, and then Down the Barrel. Belvedere Boys comes wide when they turn. Kipling's Journey's gone for home. Pinch to break. Arcarius, Porky, Belvedere Boys are chasing, but Kipling's Journey in front and ridden. Kipling's Journey is clear under Aidan Thomas. Kipling's Journey, much too good. Kipling's Journey won. Photo, Belvedere Boys, Arcarius second and third, Porky fourth, and Ascot Express, Dwindling Spirit, followed by Down the Barrel, Scriptwriter, further back Bullet Force, and Bias came in last of all.
Well, Joycey, Will Hulbert wouldn't have heard of that getting beaten prior to the race, but there you go. He's a very good judge, Wilbur. Kipling's Journey just kept going in front for Aidan Thompson. It was a good, strong win, wasn't it?
Absolutely aggressive right early, and he just made them chase a long way out. His trial was great at Deegan. They did something similar in the trial, and he ran time there, and he's done it under race conditions here, and he's really gapped them late, rocketing down the outside. Perhaps for second, Belvedere Boys has made good ground. Third will probably go to Arcarius. The 8, there's a photo there for second and third, and the 11, Porky, was next up for fourth. So we'll just await that photo, second v third. It'll be 5 and 8. It is 1, 5, 8, and 11. So 1, 5, 8, 11, the numbers across the line. Kipling's Journey before the race.